Terrible. How's everyone doing today? Audio test. Okay, Sora, I did see your message. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Good, good, good. Let me get my Discord moved over. Let's see. Who do we have in chat thus far? Well, I checked out Tribble. It's so there's two parts of the combat test map. There's a part where it just spawns in like random enemies that or like there's a few different presets of enemies you can fight against. Um, there's that, but then there's the actual static test dummies, and the test dummies portion of it is the one that wasn't working. Um, as of yeah, so also yeah, the Infinity Box is not being up to date on Tribble's not new. Yeah, the Borg Doff packs from Infinity are a bit of a joke. Would love the World Razor and the Muds bundle. I feel like it's just a matter of time. Well, they do work, Chiaps. Live parsers do work over on Tribble. You just have to set them up. Sora, thank you again for the one-on-one. I greatly appreciate that. So this is still like half an hour out. I'm gonna the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to live because I want to get my character prepped a bit. Yeah, you can get the overlays to work. Well, remember, Cheops, with Oscar, you need to go over into you have to also change the directory for that, which is over in settings. So settings, log file. Wow, I'm on an out of date version. I need to update Oscar. But yeah, I want to make sure my character is prepped for when I copy it over. But I'm gonna get another copy of Stow open here. So let me get the launcher up again. Yeah, the real times definitely work over there. I've done it plenty of times. It's another thing to going into. Sora. Well, it's Navy man. It's also me dealing with insurance. I think I've talked about this before, but I've been on Zepbound for about the past 6 months, and it came up for like there was an appeal I had to do early on for it back around December, but it came around to being time to do another set of appeals, and then they rejected it, saying that they didn't have any documentation showing that it's actually helped me. And I guess yeah, I haven't had another appointment at the sleep place I go to, so now I'm waiting for them to schedule an appointment, and then we can start the appeal process over again. Daniel? Okay, so Tribble's gonna just copy from the live folder. So that's gonna be a pretty quick copy for me. Is it just Universal Consoles that are nerfed, or nothing's been nerfed? And you know, I talked about this. I got a lot of heat for my video the other day. I got a ton of heat. But there's, you know, at this point, you know, it's important to be clear that everything that they have on that list, I mean, I know that they put a lot of overperformers on there right off the bat, which wasn't necessarily in hindsight the best move to signal to people that this isn't necessarily a nerf list. But there's other ways that they're going to deal with some of this stuff, and we've seen that with like Uncon, where it's providing alternatives. Like this is a time period that's very delicate for them because they're trying to get people back into the game. And if they go in and start nuking everything that, you know, we've come to enjoy in the past couple of years, that's going to piss people off and push people out. So but yeah, that video, that is the most heat I've seen for a video in a while. People not happy. Their issue with that list was they thought they were being clear. They weren't. I understand what's going on, but it's not been conveyed well enough for most to recognize what all it is. Okay, so I've got Tribble up. You can copy the same character over repeatedly, by the way. Jazz, nobody can, because the Damocles still isn't out. It's not going to be out until Tuesday. Someone flooded the exchange on Xbox with McKee Raiders for 50 mil. Oof. Jay? Yeah, you can copy the same character over repeatedly, by the way. So the one thing I will say though is if you guys want to not put as much load on the Tribble server, like when you're done copying a character over, especially if you just copied it over for like a box, um, just delete the character when you're done with it over there. Yeah, that was random. Nice. So all my stuff is still here. Fleet Bank. Beautiful. Oh. Yeah, two stores open at the same time. Nick, how's it going, man? Already that watch potential nerf list on the horizon decreased your motivation to play Stowe? I think they've gotten feedback about Boimler. The issue is you don't... Boimler's not done in isolation. Like, there are other things that we use for cooldown reduction on our build. It's just that a lot of those things tend to have multi-purpose uses, and we don't focus on talking about those as much. So I think Boimler definitely took over the discussion as being the solution to everything. But in order for Boimler to really be successful, there is some redundancy on the builds. Like there's the Ilios console. Those toggles give you some cooldown reduction there. You've got your endeavors, your skill tree. Like there's other passive things going on in the background that we don't talk about as much because they're being used for other things as well. Where are the Borgdorfs on the watch list? I would say if any of the Borgdorfs were to be put on the watch list, it would be 26 and 31 because they I mean we've talked about this before and I've talked about it in a video, but the damage buff from them that is only supposed to be for dots is applying like an all damage buff for everything. Um, so I mean if they were to address Borgdorfs at all, that would be the thing to address. Terrible Nick, yeah, I've seen a few takes like that. Yeah, logical. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. That's I know Mixed2 put out a video talking about this last night. Like, this is a list that's always existed, but there's transparency, like, into us knowing now. But again, just because something's on the list doesn't mean it's going to be nuked into oblivion. In general, I think we're largely past that phase of Stowe. Where things were getting nuked into oblivion. When we saw the big nerfs happen for Feedback Pulse, the Embassy Plasma consoles, Cryptic's mindset was very different, and also their engagement with the community was nowhere near comparable to what it is now, and just their knowledge on endgame stuff was not at the same level as it is now. They are much more in touch, like with our performance capabilities now than they've ever been. I mean, the Impersonance, at least when there is something that pops up that's an outlier, um, it could, it's being dealt with quickly now. Yeah. It didn't always exist, at least not before you created it. Supreme Shill. Logical. I think a lot of the backlash is overblown. The servers are going to be crap. That's part of the point of us going to Tribble, right? Is we want the servers to be crap here. So we want them to be able to see, see how wonderful it is. Okay, so I guess for this, I'm going to be using just, we're going to go meta. I'm going to get slammed because there's going to be just too many enemies, but I'm going to bring in the mirror angle, the full deal. But one of the other things to keep in mind here with Tribble and why it's good to be over here early is because when you copy a character over, it doesn't load your tray properly. So what I'm going to do now before I move my character over to Tribble, or copy it over, is I'm just going to, just to simplify things for me, I'm going to take it over to Drozana. In progress. Do I have a mission there? Spin the wheel. There we go. Make primary. Tribble is going to have a bit of a longer load time for some maps that don't have as many people on over there. Like, if you're the only person loading into New Romulus, it could take a couple minutes to load. Like what you see with fleet maps on live. So if you're wanting to make your load process a little bit faster, then going over to a map like Drozana, which is a main hub for Tribble, that's going to be a bit better for you. Objectively speaking, all items on that list deserve to be there, except maybe Boimler. Yeah, the Boimler one, I think they've got the feedback now that it's no good. Yeah, I've seen that there's a bunch of posts too about the combat test map being back. I'm gonna test that here in a moment. I'm gonna log out of my character on live. Oh, by the way, if you are trying to copy over like ship boxes and event campaign boxes, your inventory is not going to be the same size over on Tribble. It like doesn't register like your lifetime and stuff over there properly. But I'm gonna move my premium T6 ship box and whatever other ship boxes I'd want to be testing over there up to the very first slots in my inventory, just so that they're easier to find. And then I'm gonna log out of my character on live. I'm gonna go over to the character copy page, which I guess I can link here. Yeah, let me just grab this link, drop it in chat. This is the character copy page for Tribble. Let's get that. Can I pin that here? Pin. There we go. It's pinned on Twitch and YouTube. There we go. Now I'm going to copy CasualSAB as soon as I can find it on the list here. And I'm going to copy the Tribble. Now, if you have Tribble open already, you're going to like want to log out and back in, or just load into a character and then load back out. So when I go back to the character screen here, I should, yeah, I've now got my new copied character over here. Is there any difference between Steam and Arc for this game? It's a difference in like the pricing of Zen, because the Zen packs on Arc can net you a bit more for your money. It also depends on the region. Steam is going to be cheaper in some regions. Arc will be better in others. And yeah, on the topic of Tribble here, Plonk did offer to help get some fleet stuff set up over here, so probably look into that here in a moment. What is there to expect when Kale does one of these special events? It's your first what? It's just basically going to be a bunch of enemies spawned in. And yeah, as you see here, my tray's been like fully nuked compared to live. Okay, all my traits and stuff are back on though. Good. But yeah, I need to set my tray back up, so Let's get that done here quick. Yeah, there's a we knew the red alert was coming though, so that's not a surprise. The red alert's been we've known about that basically since the beginning of the month. Okay. I'm just gonna try to copy my tray from live best I can without the shield crap getting in there. I hate that. Okay. Um, just bear with me. Lots of things to put back on the tray. I foresee myself blowing up quite a bit here, and probably wanting a bit more survivability. Especially like if this is like previous tests, we're probably going to see a bit of server performance issues. Oh, and your endeavors will copy over with your character for what they are at the time of you copying the character over. So even though when you go over here and look, it says, 0, you do have the endeavors that you copied over with the character from live. That is a change that was done a couple years back, which I very much appreciate. I'm gonna just focus on getting this set up here, so I'm gonna be a bit non-responsive for the next couple of minutes here, just getting the tray fully done. So yeah, if you're going to participate in the upcoming Tribble testing stuff that they're about to do here, where we're going to get to fight a bunch of enemies, then yeah, get over here, get your character copied now, and start getting it set up ahead of time. I need to find the lithium console again. Anti-time. Oof, Rob. I'm sorry. Does reapplying your loadout also reapply your trade? No, Maya. No. Every time I've copied a character over to Tribble, I always have to redo the tray. And yeah, NeoJet, that's a good point. The last set major nerf pass I did with Web Spinner, Eddies, and Agony Redistributor had massive backlash, yeah. They know that major nerfs are not going to be acceptable. Is the meeting place Drozana? No. The meeting place is DS9 from what I recall. But Drozana is just an easy one to copy your character over to because it's going to load fast. It's like the main hub for Tribble. It's also where the test map is located, the all that stuff, so... get fire at will there, fire at will down here. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people going onto the Discord saying the test map is working. It's not. People are confusing what they're not understanding what the issue was with it. The test map basically has two different components. There's one where you can spawn in a select group of enemies that are going to like fight you and stuff, but then there's also the static test dummies, and that's the issue. Is the static test dummies have been MIA for quite some time. So that's the issue there. Wow, I keep trying to copy things over to the other window. Okay, okay. Um, Yeah, Asura, I know you want a raid after the stream I saw. That's gonna be a ways out still. There's a lot of stream to do between now and then. Yeah, I'll hop into the test map here in just a moment. It's just that I was dragging stuff from my Tribble window over to holodeck while I was trying to copy things. I was botting out there. Okay, let's save this. Rainbow Bleeding Edge. There we go. I'm going to die with this loadout because it's not going to have enough survivability when I get bursted by the enemies. But we'll just roll with it. Now, one of the nice things with Tribble here is over at Drozana. Darkos has a gun. But yeah, over on Drozana, you see the issue I was talking about with inventory. A bunch of my bank and inventory space disappeared, so a bunch of stuff is in overflow now. But like, if you want to copy your event campaign box over, you can do that multiple times. And yeah, there's a store here for you to go in and buy a bunch of resources, marks, stuff like that. Yeah, there's fleet tester packs. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. But let's go into the test map because that's something people keep talking about, and again, people keep saying is fixed. It's not. I didn't even stand on the console. I know, terrible. Now we wait for this to load. But yeah, the stuff for this Tribble event they're doing starts in like 15-ish minutes, I believe. So if you're gonna be over here doing stuff, you want to get over here a little bit early so you can get your build set back up. Okay, choose combat settings. Set active combat. Yeah, there's no test dummies. You see, there's no test dummies there. Yeah, it just the test dummy is just that option's gone. People saw this part where you can spawn in a couple enemies, and that they were interpreting that as being the test dummies. That's not, but that's not. Like this is a separate part of the test map that has continued to work for a while. But damn it, these shield things popping onto my tray. Like that's not the like what we're talking about when we're talking about the test map. So test map still broken. It should be doing a full copy of your holodeck files, so it shouldn't be taking that long to do. But yeah, the test dummies are still not there. The test map, even though there's a bunch of posts right now saying it's that the test map is there, that it's working, it's not. The test dummies are not there. I can pull up a video of what that used to look like. Okay, how to properly test things on the copying character. This video I did a couple years ago. It's got everything you need to know about copying a character over to Tribble. Yeah, so right at the top of that window should be spawn test dummies, but again, as I just showed, that's not there. So yeah, the test dummies, the thing we were hoping for with the Tribble test map is not there. Yeah, I will say too, when it comes to the space side of what we're about to encounter, if you have like a really good EPG build, also this will be a good place to play around with that. But yeah, I'm gonna beam back up to space here. Maybe they are all crash test dummies now. I think they're going to allow people to test C-store ships on Tribble now? No, I do not expect that.
We have everything you need for shore leave, and a few things that you didn't even know you wanted. Shopping, drinking, dining, entertainment. You'll find it all here.
Zach, how's it going? You copied your Grawl over? Nice, nice. Yeah, EPG is going to do really well here because when this really starts to kick off, one of the things you're going to see is that the server performance is gonna tank a bit because there's a lot of entities on the map and a lot of players. The Tribble party's been delayed until 1:30 Pacific. Terrible. Okay. What is my thing normally set to? Okay, 1.5 feels a little bit different over here, but yeah, the 1.25 works. Okay. How long until the Tribble party? Roughly 40 minutes. Okay, so again, one of the things I talked about before is that you can copy the same character over multiple times. So I'm going to copy Casual over yet again, just to showcase something here. Okay, Casual, Tribble. They're spawning in a bunch of stuff over here. I thought you knew, Nick. I think I need to clear out some of my characters. It was announced last week. Before you had your last weekend. It was terrible. Nope. I mean, in the past they have, but more of this is the experience. Yeah, Nick, you could get over here, join, get the everything downloaded, character copied. You got plenty of time. But yeah, if you're wanting to participate in this, you got to copy the character over, get it all set up ahead of time. Because you got to redo all your trays. Okay, so this is another copy of my character, and again, the loadouts do not bring the tray back, so that is unfortunate. But I'm going to load back into Jozana here. Wow. Nick, you're missing a premium experience. Yeah, one of the nice things here is like I mentioned this in some prior stuff, but if you wanted to test multiple event campaign options, or if you wanted to copy the event campaign box over several times to see what one of these high-end builds feels like you can copy your event campaign box over or a T6 ship box over and over again, and then you could go in and put together a build with all that stuff if you wanted to see what it was like. Seeing a lot of Nick excuses, not enough results, yeah. Oh, for sure, for
You're
sure.
cleared for docking. We
But yeah, one thing with Tribble is, well, there's a couple things. Tribble is its own separate server, so anything you do on Tribble is not going to impact your live account. Um, and yeah, you can't copy a character back from Tribble over to live. That don't work like that. Um, you cannot access the Zen store over on Tribble. It just doesn't exist. So no testing Zen store ships that you don't have. So if you had a T6 coupon and you were hoping to try out some options ahead of time, that is not something you can do on Tribble. But if you have like a T6 ship box, those often will still have most of the options that you have on live, but um, the T6 boxes are often a little bit behind what the live server has to offer. What happens to Tribble stays with the Tribbles. Oh no. How convenient. I'm back on live right now. Um, but how convenient that the universal today is crystalline catastrophe. Yeah, you can copy a lot of keys over for sure, for sure. Yeah, the promo box has been far behind over there. Yeah, Gibbs, I know. I know you've been blaming me for a while. What kind of resources are available on Tribble to test things out? EC, dilithium, all of the reputation marks. There's upgrades you can claim over at the Drozana console. Like a lot of the essentials that you'd want to have. Another thing to keep in mind is because Tribble is a test server, there's not as many people on it. So if you're hoping to do like TFOs over there, like that's not really going to be a thing. Whatever testing you're going to do is basically going to be in isolation by yourself. So like patrols, stuff like that. Like if you were hoping to come over here or go over to Tribble and do TFOs, like and try out like an ISA pug, like that's just not going to happen. Oh yeah, the projects for reputations and fleets will take just a couple of seconds instead of the normal time. So, like if you were wanting to build up a fleet over there, they do have all the resources available at that Drozana console, and all of the projects and upgrades will finish within, was it like 5 to 30 seconds? So, yeah, I think it's 5 seconds for all the projects. So it's all... I know, Maya, you fixed it! Though we haven't tried what happens if you do like a really buffed up Thaler on Pulse. That would be interesting. Like if you had a Thaler on Pulse with like a 20-30 mil hit right there, what would that do? Technically it was Jeremy who fixed it. Terrible. Ruining the fun. No, it was a needed fix. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But the fact that it could lead to griefing is, that wasn't a good thing. Hit it for a trillion, I don't care, it's hard fixed. Jeremy, how's it going? Hard fixed? Oh no. Okay, I got it. I can live with the crystalline fix, but what you guys did to the prawn is unforgivable. Gotcha. I I assume the exchange, the Deluxe, yeah, the Deluxe doesn't work over there, but I mean the player exchange does for transferring items, yeah. Yeah, like there is a player exchange over on Tribble, so I mean if you wanted to, if you wanted to go over there and just post a bunch of ships cheap, you could certainly do so. What is the party? So it's going to be over at the S9, and basically it's going to be Mike and I'm assuming a few others, going over and spawning in a ton of enemies. So you'll see, like for instance, like 50 Borg cubes, thrown in above the S9. On ground, we'll have some dinosaurs to fight. It's perfect for you to go in and flex your perfectly balanced ground build. Yeah, but they'll be like level 99, right? I've seen it go from 67% to 0 and back to 67, yeah. But yeah, if you had ships over here that you wanted to post up on the market for people to play around with, like, what do I have here? Excelsior 2s? Okay, let me... I got too many items in my overflow. Level 99 ISC would be fun. All the echelons. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like clear my my inventory out, because when you copy over to Tribble, it doesn't give you all of your inventory and bank space, so a bunch of stuff goes to overflow. I don't know how to build crate because the second part of the build guide isn't out yet. Nick reminded me of that last night. Can I buy this stuff yet? Did I clear enough space out? No. But yeah, if you look at the console over here, like you've got infinite upgrades you can grab, infinite dilithium, salvage, expertise, energy credits, all the reputation marks, all the specialization items, specialization points. You got skills retrain tokens. You got all the stuff to build up a fleet. You got everything. Well, the Tribble download is just going to be a copy of your holodeck files, so it should, from what I recall, should basically just copy over your files from the live version of the game. I'm gonna have to. So the thing is, what I do have for that for the crate build guide is already like a pile of disclaimers at the start. Basically, this is a very, very high-end build. It's not needed for any content in the game. It also, like, you can't just copy the gear and hope to get the results. Like, you got to do a bunch of practice. You got to get the timing down, positioning. There's a lot that goes into it. But now I'm going to also have to add... we're going to nickname it the watch list build. How many cases of cider do you want to add Spencer to the... yeah, that was the plan, Cheops. That was the plan. But I mean, they're talking about the crate video specifically, not ISOCON. Yeah, but crate's definitely gonna get the nickname of the watch list build at this point. I feel like that's appropriate. Okay, I gotta defeat Borg ships, defeat Tholians on ground. I'll do that real quick. Tholians on ground will be fast. I keep an engineer over on Nukara most of the time. Terrible. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, crate is like the speedrunner build, and I think that's something yeah, when it comes to like clarifying what the build is and isn't to people, like making sure people are aware, like, yeah, this is like a super high-end build for like just going in trying to crush the content as fast as possible. It also, like any speedrunning stuff in any game, it requires a lot of practice. That's definitely been an issue of me needing to convey that stuff a little bit better, of like when people are trying to copy some of those high-end builds, that it's not just the gear. Like if you put money in and buy everything, it's not going to get you there. It's also a boatload of practice. Like there's Canoid who recently has been climbing the ISC ladder. In fact, has the top spot right now for the current seasonal table. But Canoid they've done like 1,600 infecteds in the past couple of months to get to where they're at. So that's something that speed running mentality of just keeping in mind that if you're trying to push this, trying to get those sorts of results, like it is a lot of practice. Pulled the trigger on the Olight battery thing. Nice. Is it worth running? Yes. Oh, absolutely. I am running the Trafalgar console on all of my like high-end uncon builds right now. It has replaced Boimler for me. It's also replaced Intelligence Agent Attaché, and it allows me to drop 3 points of long-range targeting sensors from my skill tree to move elsewhere. Indeed, Dark Eddie. How long have I been live? Let's see, 42 minutes. Have there ever been cheaters on the leaderboards? The way that people would cheat when it comes to like the DPS leaderboards would be like uploading a modified combat log file, and in that case, yes, we have had instances of people going in and just copying an existing record on the table and changing the name over to theirs. We have seen that, and that, you know, when that happens, we will just ban the user from the table. It's not like an in-game cheat. It's them basically just taking the text file, modifying it, and then trying to pass off someone else's record as their own. You have 4 alt accounts that hit with Fleet Power Network Array before solo. Terrible. Yeah, and we've definitely seen that sort of approach before too, where if we have a solo table, you may have someone. Yeah, it's more fraudulent than cheating. Yeah, that's true. You may have instances of someone trying to do a solo record that has another person in the map applying buffs to them that are not, you know, being detected on the combat log. That is something, you know, that we've seen too, but we do have a video requirement for records over a certain level. Then we're going to be expanding that for other tables. Like on the ground side, I know Val just had to run over 100k, and we need to figure out the threshold there that we want also for that. We'll probably have a chat with Val, because Val handles our ground table moderation a bit, or has a lot of input there. But we need to get some ground equivalents established to what we have in space. It's practice, it's timing, it's... I don't even want to know at this point how many infecteds I've loaded into. It's a lot. Yeah. Only... I mean, I just don't really need too much there. I mean, I've got really what matters. It's, like, I don't need shield restoration. I don't need shield capacity. I've got drain expertise. I've got control expertise, and I've got EPG. Like, that's the main stuff I need there. Yeah, I missed some phone calls. expect a response that fast. Are those 3 extra points in TAC worth it? Not the pet ones. I mean, that's a little bit of passive cooldown reduction. You know, that's stacking alongside like Boimler. If I had Boimler on, but I guess yeah, right now I probably don't need that. I probably don't actually need that 10% there. Yeah, because I don't have like Boimler on anymore. I probably could move that up to defense, to be honest. I don't have TBC on Tribble, but Plunk, if Plunk is around, was offering a like a KDF and Fed fleet. I just don't remember the info off the top of my head. Even more if cooldowns would reset on map completion. This was being investigated but got moved down in priority due to some other new features our software engineers are working on. Damn it. Dealing with some lovely insurance issues. I called them I left a voicemail right before the stream and I missed that they called me back like 20 minutes later. Okay. If you needed the long range points, so it would just be taking them back from some of the power stuff I gave myself. Yeah, so with the Trafalgar console, we shifted points away from long-range targeting sensors over to, yeah, like defensive subsystem tuning, offensive, and I think the last one, did I do warp core efficiency, or did I give myself an extra point up above?
If you break it, I'll charge you for it.
Dealing with the insurance, too, from that last of April storm, oof. Hey, I'm Dark Eddie. I just saw your message. Defense in case someone gets hit with a confuse. Yeah, Nick, about a week or so back, went in and took out his entire team, basically, when he got confused. It was really, really quite impressive. Like, I didn't think it was possible for that to happen, but Nick, he did it. He managed to do it. I believe the lockbox is, but the promo's not. The promo goes up to the Shrike is what was said before, but the Grawl and the Cathsar are over there in Infinity, so yeah, the promo Infinities are not. Yeah, no Yod Thought, yeah. Unless you've got your event campaign box. If you've got the event campaign box over there, then that should be there. We keep some of the reward tables purposefully out of sync on Tribble in order to combat leaks. Gotcha.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail the
I'm just getting my endeavors done, so I need to get 30 Borg ships, and I mean, the one infected will do that for me. So let's watch me fail here. The situation is very grim. Very, very grim. It was very funny seeing Nick take out the team there. Very appropriate for Nicholas. Oh, okay. That was a little bit of a jump. Upside down tank kills team, yeah, basically. I died. Wasn't a good run anyways. Yeah. Ripperoni. I mean, the run was already too long. I was too slow at the sides. But I got the kills I needed. I mean, aside from that, I mean, most things are going to be the same, just, you know, no... There's not going to be the same amount of players. Could you do 4 beacons of Kalis to maximum flashbang a run? Terrible. I don't want to see that, to be honest. So, you know, no one can see anything? Terrible. I don't want to see that. We got like 15 minutes till the Tribble stuff starts, so I'm just gonna go over to the battle zone quick and get my Terran kills. And you know what? Let's be different here. I'm gonna bring back out, you know, none of this elitist crate build. Why I just teleported from my current location to my current location. That was brain working today. I'm gonna swap over to a proper RP theme build here. Bring out the phaser, fire at will. The casual build. You keep getting messages from... Yeah, a lot of people have those settings on and don't know it. Let's go over to DS9. Give me a mission over there. RP would be exceed... ERL needs a lot of help, Nicholas. You know that. ERL is... It's pain for me to use ERL. I don't like it. Usually like an hour or two. They'll do stuff on space and ground. just got to get 5 Terran ship kills here. The life sport, yeah. Yeah, I remember when the discussion of that combo popped up on builds a while back. I know Still Better's done a lot with it too. Disabling Terran ship spawning? Terrible. Bad, Mayo. Bad. Well, that's my PC daily's done for 8 now. Yeah, let me get my character over to DS9 over on Tribble. Get this character back over to the proper faction hub, new ROM command. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time. The lithium vanity shields available permanently on Tribble, so we can try them on before committing. That would be a good idea. That'd be nice. That is not a ship I've seen much in recent times. Darthon, how's it going? But yeah, I do want to share that tomorrow I will be taking a look at a wonderful recent release, the Orion Orchid. So tomorrow's stream is going to be taking a look at the Orion Orchid, which initially, I wasn't super positive about, but Nick had some good results from the console, and he also had some interesting findings with the trait. So I'm sort of curious, for like an off-meta play style, like the ultimate lock the target down and just drop all the eject warp plasma on him style abilities. Like, I'm really interested to see what the potential would be here. You even called it Orchio? Yes, I had it called Orchid initially, but then I saw the comments and I was like, oh, I got. Well, look, Muak, yes, I was a bit too harsh on it potentially, and I mean, I think at its price point, some of the harshness is fair. But I still want to be able to provide like a comprehensive breakdown on like if it's good, for those wanting to do niche things. I want them to be able to to know that that's an option. Chiap's terrible, but I did notice. I don't know if this is intended. You get the interceptor material if you own the interceptor. You can put the interceptor material on the Orchid, but it doesn't go the other way. I've got the interceptor here. No Orchid material. That was a weird green flash there for a moment. Gotta go both ways, yeah. Terrible chaps. Okay, let's close live. Get Tribble open here. Let's not show my folders on stream. Let's go live. Do I have a combat log generated? Yes, I do. That. Don't show the homework folder, geez. There we go. I'm going to head over to DS9 now. What career does Terrence Spencer play? I mean, it'd have to be like an engineer, right? Engineer, beam overload. That's what Terrence Spencer would have to be doing. I don't even have my server on, Dark Eddie. I did see a mention of me making something orange behind me. Yeah, I've got a couple of 3D prints here. This one, the niece, she destroyed it. Let me go bigger camera while we're waiting here. Gibbs, thank you for the 5 gifted. Sorry, I just noticed. I don't know why my notifications didn't pop up there sooner, but Gibbs, thank you for that. Yeah, the niece wanted this from K-pop. I printed it out. It's part of it sits on top of some other stuff. It's like a lamp thing, but unfortunately the yeah, I guess I need to go with the outer layers. Need to have it be just a little bit thicker. Yeah, for stuff I printed. This is not an orange chicken tray, okay? I saw that comment before. Now this is like for this little case that I made here, just as like an insert for it. The niece is really into K-pop Demon Hunters. We're going. Yeah, my head's broken. Basically, I got her a. I made the mistake. I order a bit from AliExpress nowadays, especially with all the little 3D printing stuff. I've found some really good deals over on AliExpress. So I with her birthday, I was like, oh, they've got the doll that she wanted from K-pop Demon Hunters. She had that for 3 minutes, 3 whole minutes before she managed to break it, and she was like crying. I was like, well, that's what I get for getting her like a $5 doll off of AliExpress. Let's not do that again. On the topic too of like some stuff I've been playing around with. I made a bento box for the orange chicken. Terrible. Printed out brown tray. I think there's a handful of you that saw me talk about this in Discord, but I picked this up the other day. I needed more water cooling parts. I don't know if Nick has even seen this yet. It was $50, which is wild because it's like the full kit, pump, res, radiator. It's got everything. Water cooling is fun. Yeah, let's get to the DS9 here. Spencer has built an orange chicken bowl. It's not as large as it used to be, and soon won't be of much use. Terrible. Well, to me, so I've already got a water cooling loop, but I saw that pop up, and it's like, I mean, just getting an extra pump would cost more than $50. So that was worth it. There'll be a data center soon. I mean, how many more hard drives do I need? How many more hard drives do I need to be considered a data center? Water cooling reminds you of warp cores? There's a lot of people here. I mean, I've got hard drives. I got SSDs too. I was talking to Endeavor earlier because Endeavor. I'm trying to convince Endeavor he needs to go get the one of the Micro Center bundles. Um, they've got some pretty good deals going on over there, and right now Micro Center's got a combo with the Intel 270K, a motherboard, and like 32 gigs of RAM for 550. It's like that's actually a pretty good deal. Do I get subsidized power once you are classified as a data center? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's one of the things here with America. Not to get political or anything, but all of the data centers that they're being given all these tax incentives, and basically they're being given all this power, and we're paying for it. That's why all of our electrical bills keep going up. Mr. Wonderful will try and buy you out. Jeez. There's one fleet. Plonk, are you around? Literally doubled last month from the rate 1 year prior. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I I'm in Iowa, so it's not been as egregious because we've got a lot of power generation around here. But it's rough. Yeah, I'm on KDF right now, so if Plonk's around to send me a fleet invite, or if there's someone else that wants to send me a fleet invite, I'm open. Meanwhile, we have a ton of data centers around here. Like let me look here. Maps. Let me open maps without being signed into my Google account so we don't see my like home address. I hear that's a good start. Um, yeah, okay, but just in like West Des Moines. Okay, that search did nothing. But like I know what do we have here? Yeah, like over here, I think this is Microsoft right down here. I'm pretty sure this is Microsoft. If I go down over here, there's more Microsoft. Um, more Microsoft. Then if I go over towards like Norwalk over here, this is Meta. I want to say like right around here is a Meta. I've been in the Meta data center here. Um, yeah, there's a lot. Because I'm in Des Moines, we've got Interstate 80, but also 30 like 35. So we all of the fiber runs are right around the major interstates. A lot of the big fiber runs. So with Des Moines having that crossover between I-80 and I-35, we get a boatload because they can tap into all that fiber, going both ways. With all the data centers, is the tap water brown yet? No. It's over towards Altoona is the Meta one. Where is it? Yeah, that okay, the one I did show. Yeah, that's the one I've been in. I went for a tour there several years ago. Yeah, there's just loads and loads of data centers. Oh yeah, I forgot. There is like actually a map of data centers too. Most of them in the state are right around Des Moines. Just a few. Microsoft has boatloads here. The party on Tribble is going to be at DS9. Oh, I'm really far away. I forgot to put evasive on my tray. Everwind, the reason that for that is because if you have the Delta Operations expansion pack, you can get the SRO. There's a remnant from the Delta pack that's got Superior Infiltrator and Superior Romulan Operative on it, like that combo. So I mean that's a attack bridge officer. So if you like, you could go with the attack one if you wanted, but Injure Psi might work better for some. Ohio is going to get the most of here, yeah. Spencer's Disneyland is a data center. No, my Disneyland would be like a micro center. Give me a micro center here in Des Moines with all these glorious bundle deals. The bridge officer. The bridge officer. Spencer's Disneyland is the Suliban Bridge. Terrible. Spencer Scalping Era, buy up all the half-price GPUs and flip. I mean, it's possible. We're probably like a month or so off from the next Muds bundle. How long has it been since the current one? Yeah, I don't think we're that far off from getting the next Muds bundle. So I mean, it really does seem like a high possibility for us to get something like the World Razor, the Connie 3 in a Muds bundle sooner rather than later, because, you know, timing wise, and with the recent offerings, like those are around the same release period as some of the recent offerings. A cube just showed up in DS9 space. Oh, it's a different instance. RIP. Yeah, there's 4 instances of DS9. That portal looks a little bit different than normal. Or am I just not... Am I going crazy? Then I can recreate Jay's 2 cents shopping trips. It does... Yeah, I mean, this portal looks different here at DS9. That effect looks different. You're in number 4? Yeah, let's go number 4. Looks weird on mine, but looks same on yours. Okay, here we go. I hear combat. Chimeran cubes? Oh no. Instance number 4 has got some action, boys. Okay, the Nadarian defenders are taking them out. Oh, they're the same level as us. Oh no. And it's gone, yeah. Did I start up combat log? Oh, I gotta close and reopen my real time. I see a Thomas. Alright, the Nadarian defenders are defending. There goes my CSV. Yeah, so like an EPG build or an Nadarian defender where you're not as reliant on hitting bridge officer abilities might do pretty well here. Yeah, well, they're Don't worry, all the instances will get attention. I hear shooting, but I don't see anything. It's one of the Chimeran ones, is what it was. Gotcha, yeah. A 3-3 Merc Worker, Narada Science Vessel would do well here, you know? Would make a great addition. Terrible. I don't know what's being shot at. Yeah, usually one at a time. Yeah, Logical knows I really want the Narada. And Logical would like it to have the worst imaginable stats. Just to troll me. A 5-3 temp intel legendary Anorex would go well. I'd love a better Anorex. Said that before. Just literally just like a copy of the current one with a Commander Temporal. Dual pilot. That's just evil. I'm saying Merc Worker is bad. Yeah. It's a beautiful ship. Very fun. I think a temp intel version of that, or I mean even just a science dread that is that buff layout but a commander temporal would be really nice for that playstyle. Because that playstyle leaned into the console spam stuff, especially before Uncon even like got, you know, mainstream adoption. The console spam really synergizes well for EPG. Yeah. The pets are just going crazy. You want the Area 51 taco chip ship on account unlock? Terrible. Doesn't the Anorex already have like a built-in lance on it? I'm pretty sure it's already got like an exotic style lance. Yeah. And it's one of the better ones, yeah. I don't know what they're shooting at. Yeah, this wormhole... Am I just not at DS9 enough nowadays? Okay, there it goes. Now it looks like normal. From a distance, it wasn't loading in all the effects. It looked a little bit different. It was just the distance coming into play. Wait, what has damaged me? Oh, by the way, Nick, you were messing around with that exit lag stuff, right, for your performance? This could be invisible enemies, could be too many entities on the map. Because, I mean, everyone and their brothers got pets in here, it seems, right now. I mean, look at all these pets. I can't even see what they're targeting. I'll click one of the pets again here. I can't see what they're targeting at all. Can only see if you fly far away. Okay, let me get far away here. There we go. Yeah, so the issue is just the entity cap. No, I'm nothing on tab. Oh, there. And it's gone. Well, it's just, there's a lot of pets, you know, nowadays. Yeah, this is a server stress test, yes. Is the point. I mean, we saw the entity cap stuff a lot back in the days when mines were used. Like when we were pre-buffing at the start of like an infected, with, you know, getting the mines out so we could relocate them in to get a burst at the start. That was always very interesting. Oh, they're down below us now. Or not? I thought I saw more stuff going on. All the entities. It's not me. It's just everyone and all the stuff that we have. How do I tell how much damage I've done in a TFO? You can use one of the various third-party parsers if you're on PC. If you're on console, you don't really have a route. Yeah, if you're on the console version of the game, there's no built-in parser for you to utilize, but on PC, I mean, there is technically a built-in parser. It's a bit rough to use, but there's a bunch of external ones that work really well. New story update, Invisible Borgs, yeah. This must mean Uncon bad. It made pet builds good and pets kill servers. Terrible. Yeah, I've got a couple videos on the channel about how to install a parser. I do need to get an updated one out, and it's when I get an updated one out, it's going to include like how to set it up over on Linux. New story lore. The board got cloaking now. Oh no. It's going one by one. The way this usually works is like Mike will go in, spam a bunch in one instance, then move on to the next instance to repeat, you know, just keep doing that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, console does have CPA, which is basically just a timer, but that only works for patrols and, like, solo. Like, you don't have a team-based solution like we have on PC where, you know, I can go in here and see what everyone was doing. But I think the pet builds are excelling right now. Xvid, what were you doing? Pets? Oh, you were getting Your weapons are actually hitting things. Over here in Xbox, we just tell fishtails. One time I destroyed a ship this much. Terrible. Terrible. Terrible, Stanky Boy. How far does the shilling go? There's no limits to the shilling. Yeah. Drop the quality instead of just having things fail to render. The shilling knows no bounds. Exactly. The first rule of the Shill Club is don't talk about shilling, otherwise you get a very angry DM from the Supreme Shill. At what percentage do I have the world texture in option advanced? Let me see here. Options, advanced. 100%. What I need to do is make everything more demanding, right? I gotta take everything up to the max. I mean, they've got like a built-in parser that they were working on a couple years ago, but it's a bit janky. It needs a user interface, and it also the issue with it too is it like didn't save the logs. Render scale 7 or bust. Realist, the Stow Wiki, if you go look it up, it's got the specifics for each faction. Green Vengeance, nice. Wouldn't increasing that help with the rendering? Give it more RAM? Render scale 7 will most certainly crash my game. You want me to give more detail? How much more RAM am I going to use here doing this? So Stow right now is using 2.5, basically 2.3 gigs of VRAM for me. If I hit this, what's it going to do? Doesn't do anything. The RAM is basically the same, Darthon. Gotta take it up to the max. PC explodes. My PC can push, my PC can push Stow pretty far. Yeah, this machine's got a little bit of... I've got room to use. Got all the memory. I miss RAM pricing from a year ago. When I bought the RAM for my my current setup, it was like $200 to get 96 gigs of DDR5. Like getting some eBay style deals, and now that same set is like over $1,000. It's just ridiculous. Collecting all the colors. Well, it's just because there's one instance at a time. So let's see. Is it number 2 getting it right now? Not a 9800X3D let down. I mean, I've got a 9950X3D. Is that sufficient, Tubby? Missed the SSD pricing from a year ago? Yes. The pricing of everything is ridiculous right now. Logical, you gotta get. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, the 9950X3D is really good. Might have been. I didn't see what it was, Bio. Looks like number 3 here is where they're at right now. Rachel, let's go. I see a bunch of people popping up on my parser here, so I'm assuming I'm about to load into combat. Yeah, I saw that. Thankfully, Stow works extremely well on AMD software, or on AMD hardware, I mean. Like I've been using an AMD GPU and CPU for a while now. Works perfectly fine. I see a lot of cubes. I think I loaded in just as this instance was finishing. Nice bang. Oh, more cubes. I like seeing them all just explode there. Four has cubes. Okay, I'm going back. It two. It's or toxic. It's not a nerf list though. Keep that in mind. It's just a watch list. Perfect. Oh, look at this. I see a board cube above me. Instance 4. They are dying. The Borg are not having a good time today. Oh, I see more below. Terrible chaps. I'm going to use Voven for its intended purpose of teleporting. There we go. Beautiful. Look, I did think that comment in the watch list about using Voven without teleporting. I thought that was funny. I wouldn't know anything about that. Oh no. Yeah. I think the transparency is good. I mean, if people paid attention to a lot of the like interviews and stuff throughout this year, I mean, it's been known for a while this was going to be coming, and I mean it doesn't take much to guess that something like Type 7s was going to be on there. I think that even was brought up in some of those prior interviews. I think it's just people not seeing a lot of that stuff ahead of time. A lot of people were completely blindsided by it, but it's, again, like you guys were saying, it's just because stuff's on there doesn't mean it's going to be nerfed. And the nerfs that have happened in recent times are not like the ones, you know, in the early years of the game. Like, I look at feedback pulse in the Embassy plasma consoles, and those got like nuked into the ground. Whereas, look at, what was done with Hexes earlier this year, Twinkling. Those items are still incredibly good. I mean, they're still, for the correct playstyles, still like top tier options. I think it's also like with the Hexes situation, it's just it happening so long after the release of the items just doesn't sit well with some people. But yeah, I mean, it's the past couple of years being as chaotic as they've been makes that a rough situation. Eric, thank you for the sub. Greatly appreciate it. Nick forced you to subscribe. Aw. Yeah. Aggressively relaxing, geez. Yeah, I mean the fact that there's that section on the Discord, to provide feedback on the things is certainly good. Do keybinds work on Tribble? I mean, yeah, the keybind should copy over. I'm just looking at the Discord now. I mean, there's been a lot of discussion on things. I do think Spencer should have been on the list. Terrible. Yeah, it seems like there's so many pets in each of these instances that people are having a hard time seeing the enemies to actually shoot them. Yeah, my keybind's copied right over on the character I just copied over. I got a lot of heat though on that because I was trying to, just trying to clarify to people again that it's not the items on there are not, going to be it was that it's not a nerf list, but people got a thought in their head and just don't want to accept counterpoints. Let's see, what are the analytics for that video right now? That video, 355 comments. I think that might be the most comments I've had on a video, like, ever. In fact, let's go views. Okay, no, my phaser video still beats it. But that's probably number 2. Yeah, that's probably number 2, because most videos are right around 100 average, I'd say. Yeah. But yeah, the comments, I haven't went through and like checked every last one. I did have to delete a few that were any that are people like being a dick, like if it's egregious enough, it's going to get nuked. Yeah, there's been a lot. One thing they should fix is that boring speech from Detan on New Romulus, like the option to bypass. Terrible. Yes. Pay Dill to apply a random debuff on CasualSAB. Oh no. Look at the bright side, Spencer. Good engagement out for the algorithm, yeah. Now that Tribble is out, well, the test map isn't like here, but there's going to be an updated thing for like phasers. Jeremy, I agree. I agree. It's people want to see the see positive action there. I think this year's shown a lot of positives, but with regards to balancing, there's especially like you said, there's a lot of underperformers, and I'm gonna pull something up from Mara. Mara had sent me this recently. Let me pull it up here. And Jeremy, you had mentioned this too about there being a lot of things that are underperforming. Mara was going through and testing a bunch of consoles from the past couple of years that she had access to, just seeing where their performance lies, and there's a lot. There's a lot that are not very strong, and then there's the outliers. This doesn't have a lot of the more recent like lockbox promo ship consoles because Mara didn't have all those, but a lot of the Zen store stuff, a lot of older toys Mara had access to, and yeah, the results were a little bit rough for a lot of consoles. I know Mara wants to do like a video going over that fully once she's got it done, but I think Mara might be taking a quick break here. Neuter stat trait and legendary. The legendary Negvar trait, yeah. That being buffed up would be nice. I think one of the things I've seen, yeah, and that was done with like an average build rather than the speedrunner. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Mara talked about it, I think, on the stream I did with her a week or so back, and Mara wanted to dive into it further in content, but should buff Spencer's favorite bridge officer, Tobin Kev. Yeah. Can we 6 years later make weaponized time crystals good now? Terrible. What instance has the action right now? Oh boy. Oh no. I'm seeing a lot of explosions here in 3. Why, hello there. What are you doing out of Hive? Yeah, I saw one of the questions people had on Reddit was like, what is the target performance for things? Like, I know not everything's gonna be like a mega deeps console, but I did see that pop up as people wondering if there is like a baseline performance target for like a tray to console, stuff like that. Yeah, we had a couple Borg pickles here, but they didn't last very long. I do like seeing the explosions though as I get in range. It's beautiful. So I'm just checking some messages here. Yeah, I gotcha. Tamarind pickles. I think we got them all. Yeah, the Pavan Omni does that. When, like, it'll keep firing, like, when you have just a firing mode active on it. Like, even right now, I hit fire at will and it goes off. That's, you gotta be careful with that if you're in, like, a TFO where you have to do an interaction. You have to, like, turn auto fire off on it or, just not hit a firing mode. Yeah. Isn't something that's easy to quantify with an exact value range, so I'll go to be passed through a big picture lens. Yeah, that's completely fair. It's been ongoing, but there's been some visibility issues because of all the pet spam. It's making it harder to see the enemies when they do appear. The Kathy. Yeah. Oh yeah, like Pavan Omni by far is like the number one standout to me. I see a CasualSAB here in Adelkina. I like it. Yeah. I do want to shout out too. I'm gonna have to allow. Oh, did I miss notification? Bridger with the 50 gifted. Why did I not see that notification till just now? Bridger. I'm sorry I did not react to that faster. Wow. Thank you for that. I had my I had another window blocking my activity feed. I got to get better about that. Bridger, that's huge. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Bridger, you're a legend. Yeah, if you're trying to do an interaction, the Pavan Omni can cause issues. Because the Pavan Omni, if it's got a firing mode active, will keep firing, even if there's no target. Bridger, thank you. I do have too much open. I showed a picture the other day. Yeah, Plonk, if you want to send me an invite, that would be appreciated. I showed a picture the other day. This is set. This is dirty. Like the desk is dirty. Okay, I get that. I know that. I got too much crap, but like trying to tune my setup a little bit so I've got the prompter a bit more visible. Yeah. I move my left monitor so it's like just like on a normal 16:9 ratio. It's messy though. I need more space on the desk. You know, you have that issue all the time. I'm sorry. I feel bad though. I feel bad. Okay, let me disable streamer mode here. Okay, over in the CasualSAB Discord, there is a section under YouTube feedback. It's a thread if you scroll up a little bit. Whoever can guess. So I'm working on my event campaign recommendations for this year, and I wanted it to drop today, but just real life has gotten in the way of that this week a little bit. So I do apologize for that, but it'll be done soon. But whoever can guess the top 10 ships Doesn't have to necessarily be in the exact order of what they are, 1 through 10, but whoever can get the 10 ships in the list first is going to win a tier 6 ship coupon. I need more monitors. I mean, I got one more here. I have so many monitors in this room right now that, like, I've got one over on my bed and I got to transfer it back to this chair when I'm going to go to bed, because I need to get another monitor arm up for it, or I need to just find the box for it and put it in storage. Yeah. Were you close? Oh boy. There's a lot of ships here all of a sudden. Gotta pay attention. Yeah, I got a lot of monitors. I got a lot of computer hardware right now. I sort of, we saw the situation going on last year, and like how it was trending towards things getting really bad this year, and I sort of stockpiled a little bit. Yeah. There we go. TVs, monitors are like one thing I'm not too worried about. Like those are... pricing on those just keeps dropping over time, right? Man, my Obina console just keeps like flickering on my tray there. Yeah. And I think the stream on the stream on Tuesday will be good too. I'm going to... I should let other people get in and get some shots in here. Might do another test next week. Gotcha. Must add a garage of toilet paper during COVID. Yeah. And that's something too, like, I hope people understand with regards to like some of the like really powerful items that came in that time period. Like, Pav and Omni, yes, it would have been nice for that to have been dealt with right away, but things, that was right around the time like that there were people departing the team when stuff was going on. That was... there's been some very rough phases in the past couple years. Typical TAC elitist DPS hogging behavior. Wouldn't catch an engineer doing that. Yeah. Should all be in chat that day so we can help calm people down. Yeah. It's just got... people just got to be patient, and yeah, there's some good things I think that are going to come out of the entire watch list situation, especially, like on the underperformer side. Like if we can get some of the popular underperforming items up over time like that would be nice. Grief counselors needed. Terrible. Bread. Fundus apparently has a bunch of cool pets in Instance 1. Let's go take a look. The issue I have is that, yes, those items are very powerful, but most people don't know how to use them right. That's why I'm glad the Achilles is not on there. The Achilles console. I saw a lot of people bringing that up as like, why isn't that on there? That does a lot. That only does a lot if you know what you're doing. like the trick to getting a ton of performance out of the Achilles Torp console is like you have to get everything grouped up. Like it does require some effort. Yeah. I mean, bringing back up that picture I showed before. Where'd I go with it? Like, yeah, like bringing up underperformers is good, but when you've got, you know, things that are that far ahead, that makes it a bit hard. Like you rein those in a little bit, so the gap is not as big. Okay, where is Pundus here? Yeah, Pundus has a lot of that's just people following right now. Yeah. And I think one of the things that people didn't quite understand, like off of the initial announcement, and I think some didn't see this in the Discord either, was the idea of, you know, there being an interest in just for some of these things making alternatives, like not necessarily for each thing on there being the only solution is to nerf performance, but you know that there can also be alternatives made. Consider if we made all existing hanger pets 2 times as effective as they currently are, whatever that means, and they still failed to compete with Type 7s, players would feel that time might be worthless because the issue isn't solved, yeah. Body conga line turned into a pundus line. Yeah, I see that. Now, I've said this before, but I think if there is something done that people are going to perceive as like a negative change, like having it balanced out by some positive changes at the same time, like in the same patch, like balancing it out would go a long way towards chilling people out, like in the event that stuff like that has to happen. Okay, oh, back here. Instance 4 is where the Borg pickles have escaped to this time. Friday. Yeah, that's a good point, Chips. I want to, while I'm here, yeah, 3-day weekend. For any of you, I just want to shout out something here quick. For any of you that are near a micro center, one, you're lucky. I'm jealous. But you know, talking about hardware stuff before, but if any of you are close to a micro center here in the US, like they've got some pretty crazy deals right now. Like I know Intel's been getting a bit of heat in the past you know, couple of years, but like the Intel 270K, yeah, that's like a dead end platform, but like that's a pretty good deal there. 550 for like a really good CPU, motherboard, and 32 gigs of RAM in the current market. That's crazy. They do also have AMD deals, but as bad as the market is, it's not like it's impossible to find deals. It is hard. The RAM makes it hard, but if you've got a micro center nearby, that helps. I just hate that my nearest micro center is like Kansas City or Minneapolis. So for me, it's like a 3-hour drive to go to a micro center, which is why I've not been there yet. Oof. They have some good pre-built options, yeah. Yeah, those are from Mara. Mara had been doing a bunch of testing. She was going to do it for a video, but I think from what I last heard, she might be needing to take a little bit of a break. So I don't know how much all she has tested. I know there's a bunch of recent consoles she wasn't able to do, but she also was testing for more of a like a more standard build point of view rather than necessarily like high performance. I mean, if you want the data, I can see if she can send it over. Let me find her here. Yeah. I just sent her a message. Okay, so yeah, we do have a thing here from Mike in the Discord that yeah, the big test will probably end up happening next week, like I was pointing out in chat earlier here. Yeah, so the big test that this will happen like next week. But hey, Tribble for right now, it is back up and running. The test map unfortunately is not there. The test map is there, but the test dummies are not. But I mean, still, you can get a lot of other testing done over here. Just note you can't really do TFOs because, or at least you can't do like public queues. You can still do like privates, or if you get people over here, you could do a private. But like if you're trying to do just like a random, you're not going to find people because it's it's separate from the main server. So whatever testing you do is going to need to be private TFO. Like patrols, stuff like that. I appreciate it, Jeremy. Yeah, I remember it was. It's been about 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I don't remember what exactly happened, but they just disappeared one day. Why is crate? It was just like a reference to there being like old build approaches back in the day, like Drake, Dragon, stuff like that. Thank you. I will send those over. Jeremy, I think I sent it to the right account. There you go. Yeah, we appreciate it. Nick, are you gonna, or no, I'm reading Sora here when I finish this. Um, yeah, you're fine, you're fine. Okay. Mara, if you're listening, appreciate that. Jeremy, appreciate you stopping by. Cool red lighting in the background, yeah. Oh. You stuck? Yeah, we appreciate the engagement. Gonna have to use Voven again. Yeah, and actually use the teleport. Oh, weapons, it's okay. There we go. I think I may have before. I somehow like got inside the cube. I don't know how. I've not seen that. Well, I mean, I've seen it in like Hive before. I've accidentally teleported into one of the like Borg pickles, the matrices. I've seen that before. Yeah, basically it's gonna happen next Friday. Yeah, so go to Tribble for this day. So this has been Thomas going around spawning some enemies in, which we appreciate. So would I say I got myself into a bit of a pickle? Logical. Terrible. But yeah, that can happen. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. That has happened to you once in Royal Flush? Yep, I can't see them. We got too many pets in here now. People using like temporal distortions too, or whatever the disorder. Yeah, temporal disorder to get copies of their ship. Even more pets. The invisible plasma torps from years ago are back. I'm trying. Also, Darth on those settings did not help. See, this is where if I had the Orchid leveled up and was like in the eject warp plasma build, that might help. It's just premium ships, not Zen Store. No Zen Store, just premium ships for that guessing. I'm stuck in all of these invisible enemies I can't see. But yeah, going back to that here real quick. Yeah, so if you post your guesses in the YouTube feedback section there, it's just premium ships, and whoever gets the 10 ships on that list that are in the top 10, doesn't have to be in order, will get a tier 6 coupon. And it's one of the codes I have, so it'll be for PC, PlayStation, or Xbox. Also, if you are one of the people that's won one of the console codes from me, if it didn't work for you, please let me know. Mike is gonna get me some new codes for console. What type of wacky build do I think should be viable? I mean, let me run around bringing all the warp plasma and just dumping waste on the enemies there. I thought I was rubber banding, but I think I was bouncing off an invisible cube. Yeah, let's back away from this so we can see what's going on. Beam overload? Beam overload can do it. Beam overload can be viable, okay? The Malon build. Oh, there's a standalone cube over here I can get to. Dan, thank you for the bits. The winner should get 10 premium ships. Terrible. I don't even have 10 premium ship boxes. I mean, exceed rated limits, reroute reserves to weapons. How about no weapons as a viable build? I mean, that's doable. I mean, that technically would be doable, like with the with like science console spam. There are some of those science builds where they basically just use the weapons for like set bonuses. I mean, for like EPG, that could totally work if it's just like a stat stick item instead of doing damage. Yeah. I mean, you could take an EPG build in that's got no weapons on it, and you could do, like, if it was set up right, you could do like 1 million with it right now. Malon pollution build 1. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I legitimately think that would be, for EPG, that would totally be fine. You could also have, I mean, it wouldn't be as popular, but stuff like that for other alternative non-weapon damage playstyles like healing, draining, supporting. Like there are alternative options there that could be interesting. I can't say that all those would be super popular with how the game is, you know, currently played by most people, aside from the science one. Like any support healer focused stuff is going to be a tough sell because that's more of a coordinated setting, and you know, for people that are just going into randoms, that's that could be rough. I can't move my ship. There we go. I got stuck in the hitbox again. No. New craftable item, yeah. I mean, new craftable items too would be nice. New fleets. Need a lot of stuff in, a lot of new items in crafting and fleets. I think that'd be good. Good for the game. Good for the game economy. Especially the crafting side. Like, crafting has become so irrelevant to so many people that so many of the crafting supplies just have such little demand nowadays. On H going good. Feeling the hitbox bug has to do with the transition to debris? Probably. Maybe for torps too, add weapons that aren't weapons but buff your torp travel time or stuff, yeah. I mean, most torp builds are, you know, right now they're either doing like POV and Omni or Mines. I think there's room for Mines to do better. It's just, I think Mines would be helped quite a bit if it was like if the torpedo boosting items just were changed to be like they buffed torps and Mines. I think the separation there with some gear items hurts that synergy a little bit. I mean, that's true. Crafted pen weapons are a very good budget option, and they're perfectly fine. Like I've used them on builds that are, you know, doing boatloads of damage. I see Thomas in chat. Howdy. That's true. Yeah. Kinetic and Tort Mine are no longer synonymous in the modern game, yeah. like some new crafting options to give us the like what if there was like a crafted option or like something you could buy at your fleet to unlock the ability to have like a new modifier on your weapons. I don't know what the new modifier would be. Maybe people are always going on about procs. So what if there was like a proc mod you could put on weapon, on any weapon basically? Increase the proc rate. First time chatter, new sub. Happy Friday. Cad, glad you could make it. Happy Friday to you as well. Trying to figure out how to make consumable mods applied via reengineering. You get to use an item to put a specific mod onto a specific item of your choice. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. It like something like that too, it being like introducing that into like a fleet store or like the elite random rotation or something like that, to the random TFO boxes, like could get people more engaged with those specific systems again. Dan, thank you for the super chat. Let us re-engineer the color of our weapons. They've talked about that before. Need a Ferengi weapon to drop 1 Lobi per kill. I don't need the gold bars. Yeah. I think logical. Some that there was some conversation like that on the video I did last year with Mara and Cheops. Talking about how to or what was the conversation like? How to make bad ships better or something. Um, I forget what all was discussed there. It's been a while. Specialization stuff got talked about a bit, but I think I had a concept like that where it was like X3 would give us like a slot that was more like in line of it was either the specialization that you had on the ship or I don't know. It was just a new gear slot. I don't remember the specifics. But only if you get the kill with said Ferengi weapon. Terrible. Yeah, guys, it's expected to be the cavort in like a month or so. Hell with our orders has a speed proc. Yeah. So the Tribble stuff is wrapping up here. There were some issues preventing the full thing from happening today. So Thomas came on and was spamming stuff there for a bit for us. It sounds like from the Discord that they're going to be doing this again next week. Let me pull that comment back up here. We are probably going to do another one next Friday. There we go. Yeah, so be a lot of things spawned in potentially in the future. Not today. I think that today it's with what Thomas is saying there. It sounds like today is wrapping up. I like thinking about what's going on inside my ship. Little things like that help your immersion. Sorry, this is starting to wrap up. So I mean, if you want to get your stuff started, I'll probably start to wrap up here as well. Unfortunate that I missed that call, but it looks like I wouldn't have been able to have done too much today with the insurance stuff. That's annoying though. Took them 3 weeks to get back on the appeal, and then they're like they rejected it. So now we got to appeal the appeal. That's annoying. For tour, not too much right now. If I saw an angle out the window too, I'd probably just go back to my punk. Terrible logical. Okay. I'm gonna close Tribble. Again, it's good to have Tribble back because again, that's enabling testing, and you know, you can go in, you can copy your event campaign box over here multiple times. So I'm going to mention that in the event campaign recommendations video that, you know, hey, if you're on PC, this is something you can do, and you can, you know, just copy your event campaign box over as many times as you want to test things out. No Tribble lockbox openings. Terrible. I've opened plenty of lockboxes on Tribble before. You know, we've done a lot of testing with lockboxes over here. Also, some Phoenix Pack openings, which were quite fun. And people failed to catch that I did those on April 1st. Jeremy, yeah, thank you for stopping by on your day off. I will make sure to send as many people over on Tuesday as I can. I'll probably be streaming ahead of time Tuesday, and then I'll probably just do a raid over on the YouTube and Twitch. Try to get people over there. Never enough lockbox openings? No. Yeah, I mean, opening all the lockboxes is fun. I guess we'll see how many it takes for casual here to get a ship. That's if I don't actually have infinity lockboxes, it looks like, on this character right now. Tuesday, there's going to be the release of the Damocles, and then also there is going to be a 10 Forward stream where Jeremy's going to be on there to chat about the watch list and, you know, just answer questions people have about it. So, yeah. Gonna make sure to get people over there so they can, you know, get their questions in about it and understand, you know, what all is going on there. Yeah, logical. Let's see, how long to load into my ship bridge? Gonna take a moment. Stranger, no, I don't believe so. I mean that I believe we were talking about, you know, that in the announcement the other day, but there's been no changes from what I can recall. There we go. People want to see some lockboxes get open, so we'll deliver on that here really quick. Hopefully I have room. First world problem. Gotta clear out some stuff here. Yeah. Okay. Just a few items to clear out. Someone's gonna see this and think I'm doing this on live. Just to be clear, this is on the Tribble test server. Okay. Let's go. What do I have here? Where's my Infinity? Okay, we're not doing Infinity. We're gonna do some Safe Galaxy. There we go. How long until I get a World Raiser? That's the question. You see, Safe Galaxy is still opened on the main server because I believe the Watchers are not actually in Infinity. If they are, the drop rate is just so horrendous that we don't notice that they're there. So that's why the World Raiser is a little bit cheaper, is because people are opening this lockbox on live to get the Watchers. There we go. We got a World Raiser. I don't think I've got too many keys left. $62. Yeah. I mean, there's still demand for it because it's got one of the best traits in the game on it, and it's, you know, it's a good Galaxy variant, so... Beautiful. So I got a World Raiser, just so everyone can see right there. I got a World Raiser, and to end things here, I'm going to show, you know, you can, over here on Tribble, you can keep copying stuff over, so doing something like this, perfectly fine. Just make sure you're actually on Tribble when you do that. Or whatever you do over here. Okay. The clickbait I'm quitting still terrible. Oh no. I mean, logical, people have done that before. Okay, but I'm gonna wrap things up here. I'd like to just go back in, thank Gibbs and Bridger for the gifted subs over here on YouTube. Bridger with the 50, which is crazy, and Gibbs there at the 5. On the Twitch side, there was a Prime from Eric, which I appreciate, and also on the YouTube side, there was also a one-on-one from Sora. Appreciate that. Like to try out the strike on Tribble. You can copy a box over, even if it's just your event campaign box. Yeah, it's like the best Galaxy. Yeah, you're right. But we're going to raid Sora here on the Twitch. So let me get that going. Again, stream tomorrow looking at the Orion Orchid. I'm gonna be focusing on the trait, so focusing on the trait there and seeing how it goes. But yeah, raids out to Sora here on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm not gonna be doing any raid there, so again, I appreciate all of you stopping by today. Stay tuned for some casual stuff tomorrow, and yeah, have a good day.